That'll take the bait with it.
Nice day. Okay. Work. Let's have a good show. Okay. Hello and welcome to the All About You show with OMG and Friends, where we talk about the things that you think about and some things you don't. I am your host, OMG, along with my co-host,
Silky Smooth and Daydream.
Now, we do have a guest that's coming, but we are in Houston and traffic is horrific, so when they come in, we'll have the opportunity to talk about that. But as it stands right now, as always, family, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we ask that you please join in on the conversation, where your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions help drive the conversation. Today, we're going to talk about bodybuilding or building that body. It's whatever you want to do, but before the person comes in who runs or owns Body by Dominican, we're going to talk to one of my co-hosts here, as we were talking about Botox and all that before we went on air. Right. So, Sylvia, tell us about that. I can't get needles in my face.
I thought about that too. And I went to my dermatologist. First of all, everybody needs a dermatologist. Even if you only go once a year, your skin is your largest organ, and so get it checked. Because they do all sorts of things. They do a whole lot of things. It's not just, it's definitely not just cosmetic. However, many of, since Houston is one of the cosmetic capitals of the world, yes. You can get Botox, you can get different things at your friendly neighborhood dermatologist, and it's not as expensive. I think it's only like $13 a cc or something like that.
That's
pretty reasonable. Well, it depends. You're gonna you'll ask for what you want, and then they will assess you. I mean, the doctor is going to assess you and look at, for instance, for instance, this was a common thing that I didn't even really notice, but when people frown and there's two lines, they call that an 11.
Because it
looks like an 11, right? And then, of course, crow's feet, everybody knows what that is. And then, of course, the lines across the forehead, and then some of the laugh lines.
All of those lines add character. Why would you want to diminish
because you get to a point.
You got to realize, guys, you're talking to someone who'll be 65 this year, and I truly believe in just natural, and more natural.
And we do too, but we also believe in aging gracefully.
Okay. Right. If you can do it. And I did keep some character.
Okay.
I did keep some character, but I
like
wanted to try it out and see just what it was, because I knew a person that got Botox and got their lips a little more full and that sort of thing. But anyway, I did try it, and my dermatologist did know that there were some laugh lines, crow's feet coming. Yeah, starting, and I was wondering, and then I could see just a hint of the characters you described, popping through and that sort of thing. I didn't have an 11, but what they did is but the needle thing doesn't even hurt or really pinch or anything.
I'm assuming it's like an acupuncture, which is a very sharp version.
It is, but you feel actually nothing. And what they do is they put it in the places where you want, on your face. And they said now, and I really noticed a difference immediately by the time I get home. And they says, well, wait in 2 weeks and see what happens. And sure enough, your skin is just smooth. It doesn't hurt. It's not stiff.
You look refreshed.
You do. You look like
you look well
rested. Don't drink. Just go to bed. No.
Anyway, she's not.
But see, that also helps for those of us. In my family, it's a joke. We all have that Ortega frown. It's just this, and we don't realize that we're doing it. Yeah. But someone that like me, it always looks like I have resting bee off face. And why are you always mad? I'm not. I'm fine. I'm thinking. Everything shows. I speak with my face.
I do as well.
So that helps out a lot.
Yes.
Did you get? So where did you get it? You had.
Well, I did it here, and then here. And then I saw just a tiny little thing there, and I said here, and they said, well, that part is a challenge. It may not really help. And so, but they did do a little bit there. And she says, no, I'm going to leave your laugh line. She said, that's fine.
No, you need some of that for character.
Right.
How often do you have to do this?
Well, that's why I asked a question. And so she said, if you want to keep it up, she said probably about maybe 4 months or something like that if you want to continue doing it.
And so does it get progressive? Because once you start and you start to see no lines, you're starting to see no wrinkles, then hell.
Well, the thing is, that's the benefit.
You're caught up in that process.
Well, in this one, I don't think you can. I don't think it's so much of getting too caught up, because if you do it every 4 months, you're not gonna.
When I say that, I mean you're opening yourself up for being in that cycle of
you have to do it,
and we're having my cousin come in today to talk about getting snatched, boobs.
That takes maintenance.
All that stuff takes maintenance.
So I'm going to interject on that.
Okay.
when you do Botox regularly,
Uh-huh.
and then you decide to stop, or just for whatever reason, let me say, or finance. Well, in my opinion, you look like you've aged faster.
That's what I just said. You look haggard because you have plumped out the skin and done all of this stuff. See, all of that can be done with some of the. There's a product that I take. It's over the counter. It's a supplement. It's about $50 for a jar, and it's called Panoxal. Panoxal, and it opens up your arteries and all this other thing, and it has something to do with your mitochondria and all the cells and all this other stuff. So it plumps your face back out. Where you may have wrinkles, and that's what this is where your skin starts to
Collagen
sag.
supplements.
Collagen as well. So then you have resveratrol, which is part of the red wine thing. That too helps you.
Now I exercise, I drink plenty of water, and I do use better skincare, Clarins and the serums morning and night. I'm a serum lover because serums penetrate down to the third layer, and then a really good cream down to the second layer. And so I've been doing that. So I mean, for most part, probably I didn't have that much of a problem, but I really just want to see. And it is an investment in your beauty, just like fragrances are an investment in your beauty. And there is an expense, and there is maintenance, just like hair.
But see, let me tell you what I believe, and this is gonna sound real crazy to you guys out there, but this is basically who I am. 47 years ago, when I gave up meat, my whole thing has been to just be natural. So with that, I'm not interested in doing anything against the natural order of things, whatever that takes. Surely you put on a few pounds over the years, but you try to maintain all of those things so that you can look your absolute best. But I just believe sometimes that once you engage in a process and you don't continue, it's like getting a boob job. Every 10 years, you got to get that boob job redone. It's not just one time serves all.
Well, but I person may figure 10 years is a
well, because our body changes every 10 years.
Your whole financial thing could change in 10 years.
Amen to that.
That's my issue. My main thing is I don't believe that.
I don't want to start something I can't finish.
My whole thing is I do not believe that my beauty should cost me a whole hell of a lot. I believe that I should be able to go in my bathroom, come out, and Shazam, there it is. I don't have to wait.
I believe that too, but it may not be quite happening the way I believe.
I'm all about it. There's nothing wrong with aging. We talked about the gray hair, rocking it. I'm loving it now, whereas when I was younger, I hated it. But I also believe in aging gracefully, and if you can, by all means, do it. But you should not be starting this in your 20s.
No, don't.
That's way too young. So
I wouldn't
that's
recommend
the issue I have with it. It shouldn't start.
I'm well past that. But then again, I do the other things. Just like you said, I take supplements.
Right.
I take vitamin D3, and when I did go to the doctor, they said, you have the most vitamin D3 in your system than anybody I've checked. And I said, is that okay? They said, yes, for your bones.
Just be outside.
It's for your immune system.
That's true.
So, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to work on the inside out.
Have you started taking bone density tests yet?
Yeah, I have done that. And mine are...
When are we supposed to start that?
After 40. I've had mine in the last 2 years. It's time for me to go back.
But
I broke his arm several years ago.
But anybody can take vitamin D3 so that you don't have...
Right, now that should be started when you're young.
Everybody, vitamin D3, at least 2,000 IUs.
Right. I'm all for that.
One of the things that I did with my daughter when she was young, and you should do it with your niece because she's like a daughter to you, and that is teach your little girls, and your boys as well, not so much, but your girls, I taught my daughter skin care and hair care.
Oh, definitely.
It was always about taking care of your skin. Even now, I can come in and tie one on, but you know what? I'm taking that stuff off my face. And I don't wear foundations and stuff, but I'm taking whatever it is I have off my face off.
Right.
And then I go to sleep.
Absolutely.
No,
we've already started with her. Yeah, we've already started the skincare.
Yeah,
the cleaning up and everything. We do have to go to break. We will be right back after this.
Well, thank you for sharing. That was good.
You're listening to the Bridget
Well, I did it once, and that's what we didn't have time. But I mean, we can still continue and get back to it. I got it as a gift. My mom gave me Botox as a gift.
Oh wow!
And she's like, just try it. It'll help. And also with the migraines and stuff. And sure enough, I did it, and it happened to be right before one of my girlfriend's weddings. And so they were like, Carolyn, you know, she did a great job with your makeup, this and that. And my bestie was like, no, what did you do?
Makeup. Yeah,
she's like, what did you do?
What did you really do?
Yeah, so I told her, I said, well, I got some Botox. She's like, I knew it. She goes, you look great, but I knew it.
It was more about being right than it was anything.
Right.
I'm right.
And this was the main thing.
Well, that's my
and that helped with the migraines, because when I stress out, I do this,
that area.
and I wasn't able to do that, so I noticed I didn't have as many. But if you're doing it for migraine treatment, they're gonna hit the muscles in the back.
Of your neck.
Yeah, because that's
she's out
all the
there.
pressure.
Yeah, I don't know if
so it helps relax the muscles.
Okay, so we can talk about how Botox has multiple uses. I didn't realize that.
There's a medical use for it. Mm-hmm.
The multiple use of
Yeah.
migraines, and I think that's an excellent point to bring up. It's beyond beauty. It's beauty and beyond.
30 seconds.
I feel like it is beauty and beyond. But I would probably do, maybe I'll do it 2 or 3 times a year as a treatment.
Well, whatever you feel like. Yeah, but you know, just see, again, I don't engage in stuff like that. They know always funny. You never know, then I can just be
mine
rocking
is
and
funny.
rolling,
That's
and
why I
then
said
the
maybe.
next 2 months is like, you know.
Right.
So
but it's
I
a
don't
couple of hundred.
You ready to come back?
To something, but I figure I'd rather spend it there than on something else.
13 per cc is not bad. Average 20 to 30. So to get it for 13, that's a damn good price. And sometimes you can get some good specials with these clinics and treatment places.
Or maybe Groupon maybe.
And we are back. You're listening to the All About You show, and
We
you're
have a
listening
lot
to
to
us
say.
talk off air about all that we're doing. But as we were talking with Silky about the Botox shots and all of that, but I think, you know, it's a personal call. However, women see their beauty progressing, because again, like I said, I just don't like having anything tied to finances, particularly, which can waver.
Right.
So if you don't have any money, that means you can't get your stuff done. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, just because my bank account doesn't look
Yes,
right, I don't want it to show that I'm not looking right.
Right. You don't want it showing your face.
Right. Nobody needs to know all that.
Look right.
And that's what we were talking about, because you said, you know, as a treat you won't do the every 4 months, but you understand,
I can
you know,
probably stretch it. I'm going to see how far I can stretch it, and then say, well, maybe I do need a touch up. So maybe somebody like me may only need it maybe twice a year.
Okay, now I have two very good friends that are dermatologists here. I may get one of them to come on, and most people probably know Milton Moore.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah. No more doctor. No more moles.
Yeah. Then there's also Sam. What's his name? Gosh, I can't think of it. Anyway, I do know 2 dermatologists that can come in that can talk about that, because dermatologists also deal with, you know, alopecia and any number of things.
Any number of eczema, and a lot of people suffer with eczema. And I had mild, and it looks like they've turned that around. So I believe in going to a dermatologist. But the other side of Botox is the health benefit. And share a little bit about the health benefit that Botox offers.
You know, I've lived with migraines, and so I had heard that, you know, the Botox was good for that, because what it does essentially is it like paralyzes your muscles, and it helps you relax. And so with migraines, it's a lot of tension and a lot of pressure. And so as a gift, my mother gave me Botox one year. Oh, absolutely. And I loved it. And she was more concerned of my migraines. But again, I get that frown right there. And it did help, because my facial muscles were relaxed. So even when I was stressed and tense, I didn't add to it by, you know, it being on my face. Right. So it did help out.
And
but if you're going to do
grinding your teeth yourself?
Well, that's another treatment for it, is you can relax the muscles in your jaw. And it was crazy. It was someone else who went, and they immediately they felt their jaw and said, hey, you must grind your teeth that night. I can feel all the tension and you feel swollen. Yeah, and so they hit them with Botox in the jawline, and they noticed that night, you know, it was a huge difference. And they, of course, the next morning you feel better. If anyone who's grinded their teeth before, that can cause migraines. But if you're going to get Botox for migraines, where they hit you at is not necessarily going to be in your face, but a lot of it's going to be in your neck, because that's where you hold
the pressure.
And the
your
needle
stress
doesn't hurt,
and
it doesn't pinch, it doesn't sting, nothing.
Not at all.
Before you know it was done. And like I said, by the time I got home, I saw.
I'll be watching
by
myself.
the time I got home, I was in the mirror. I was like,
yeah, right.
Wait
Does
a
this
minute.
go? Okay.
And I was, and then my eyes are like, ooh, okay. I just need a little touch up.
I woke up like this.
Well, guys, we do have our special studio guest that just walked in. This is my cousin Brigitte Ledoux. Can you get any more French than that?
I don't think so. If you do, I want to know about it.
So welcome to the show. I know you had a problem with the
Welcome,
traffic.
Diva. Good to see you.
Thank
You look
good to see you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you gotta come in. We were talking about Botox. We were just talking about that. Do you do all of that, or did you get any of that, or just
No.
tell us about the
No.
Body by
Body by
Dominican.
Dominican, I do not do any
Facial?
semi-permanent things. Everything I do is permanent.
Okay.
It's not a quick fix. It's not a band-aid.
Okay.
It's a total
Okay.
fix. This is fix. This is fix.
Done right in the first
When it's done, it's
It's
done.
done. Yes.
Right.
It's like that when that buzzer goes off and you know that the cookies are baked.
They're done.
They are done. Put a fork in it. We're not looking for a temporary solution. This is automatic. Done.
Okay, so take us through the process. Tell us about Body by Dominican.
BBD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
There you
you
go.
There's the acronym. There it is.
So, what I actually do is, you come to me and you say, I want to have some surgery. And then I ask you why.
Okay.
So if you tell me you want to keep your husband,
Oh,
That's not a good enough reason.
no.
boy, bye.
It's got to be something you want to do
It has
for
to be for you. It
Yeah.
has to be for you. It has to be because you want this. Not because your mother thinks you're fat. Or because your kids at school are laughing at you. It's because it's something you want. As long as you want this, I want this for you.
Absolutely.
And now it's time for us to take a journey.
Okay.
And what that journey starts with, I literally give you everything that you need. I order everything that you need. Anything you want, anything you desire, while you're in the Dominican or in Colombia.
So you're
or
literally
Mexico.
going to Dominican Republic, DR.
Not only the Dominican, also Colombia,
Colombia.
and also Mexico.
Now let me
What about
ask you
Brazil?
now.
Because I know
And
that's
Brazil, yeah,
that's
Brazil as well.
huge.
Brazil
So
has
what
a
is
big.
it? What is it? The correlation between South America and beauty? Now I've been to Europe and some of these other places where beauty is also equally as big,
Mhm.
but it seems as though the Dominican and Colombia and Brazil and some of these other places, even Venezuela, they're all now into
Everyone is now
Mhm.
into it. It's
Okay.
not just. It's just
any
not.
geographic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about that anymore. It's about who can give you the best results for the less amount of money and live through it to tell it.
Okay, so how
I like
dangerous
that.
is this?
Yeah, live to tell about it. Live to tell about it.
Is it easy to do? After they meet with you, do you provide for them? If they tell you, okay, I want to have my breasts reduced, I'd like to have my waistline
I
smashed.
say
I want
slow
my-
down. I say slow down. Let's do one thing at a time.
Okay, so this is
Okay.
the process, and like you said, the journey.
I'm not going to say that you can't have everything at one time. I'm not going to say that you can't do it all at one time. But I'm going to say safety first. We have to be practical.
Right.
And these are actual surgeons. They are not a cook or a chef that can just make perfection. So you have to do your due diligence.
And you got to
as well.
heal from all of that.
Yes, you have to heal. And not only do you have to heal, you have to fly back. And your
Yeah,
body
so
will
you
swell
got-
like a little can of biscuits on that.
Right, because just with regular travel, you swell.
You
So I
swell.
can imagine
So
after some.
your hemo level drops, going and coming. Actually, you have to wear certain type of stockings on your way back.
How
It's
long
a
do you?
lot.
Okay, they have a plethora of questions. How long are you there? Let's just say for a breast reduction surgery. How long are you there, and when are you capable of flying again?
7 days.
That's it. Okay.
7 days, and you're back home. But you still have the same restrictions.
Are you bandaged and swollen your face all?
Oh no! You're having your breast done, not your face.
Okay, I'm
done.
sorry. I'm thinking about the face because I've had a friend who had a facelift years ago,
Okay.
and she
And that
wanted
was years ago.
yeah, and she came to, and I took her into my house because I refused to let her go home alone.
Right.
And I mean, she was bandaged up. She had her face done. She had her
Chin
chin
lift.
done behind her knees. She's now 81 years old and still looks good.
Well,
Dang, I never
I'm
thought
not
of what
gonna-
the back of my knees.
I
look
know,
like.
right? You know the little wrinkles that you get when you lose weight.
True.
So you
That's
do
true.
all that too,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
everything.
wow.
Everything can be done.
Okay, so
Even your ears can be lifted.
really?
Yeah, you know after you get those elephant ears when you start get to be a little older.
See,
they get the
age
pain.
changes. Now you got something else to worry about, right? So you
Well, think about it. Well, because men, their ears and their nose continue to grow.
Yeah, so and eventually their ears and their chin are.
Yes, I
get that.
get
Hear that
I
from
get
me.
that from
Yeah,
men.
you
so,
know.
you know, who wants that?
Nobody wants to be a
That's
dumbo.
not sexy.
Right.
There's nothing sexy about big ears
Absolutely.
with hair growing.
Okay.
Oh, I know. So that's not
Okay.
sexy.
So the women they'll come in. Okay, so you sit
It's
down
just
and
for women, or-
do you do? Well, I guess it's not just for do men
Men.
come as well?
Men, women.
Teenagers probably.
I do not do any teenagers.
Good.
I do not do any
Adults only.
teenagers. Adults only. And again, I actually recommend that you go see a psychiatrist first.
To see why you want to do this?
No.
Or is it
No,
the
because
impact?
it is a journey. You will somewhere down the line say, why did I do this to myself?
Right.
Why did I do this? I don't want you to have those mixed
Feelings
emotions.
of remorse and all of that.
Yes, because you will go through it. Because you're going to say eventually, I was fine just the way I was.
Did you
I
go
love
through
you,
that?
Franny. No, I didn't.
Okay. Did you go through any process before getting to Body by Dominican? Did you do the Somo Bello? Did you do the cool sculpting? Did you do all that we see advertised? Because I see all this stuff and I think cool sculpting sounds good, but then it's like,
But
Right.
if you look at it, they tell you in very, very small print. Very, very small
That's what it
print.
always is.
And you have to stop and pause it to see it. Each individual has different results.
See that? See, that's the kind
And
of
no
stuff.
less than 10 treatments is recommended.
There you go.
Okay,
It's like,
yeah,
okay, well, when it's
yeah.
$400
So,
a treatment,
So I need you to look at more of the price and the safety
Okay.
and the results. Bam.
Okay, well, safety first, as
Safety
you say.
first.
So you
So,
only
I-
do one surgery at a time, or are there two surgeries that you can do together?
You can do 3 surgeries.
You can do up to three surgeries.
You can, it actually comes down to your hemoglobin, how, is your blood levels good to have surgery?
Mhm.
Any pre-existing conditions?
All the same.
Age is also a factor because, sometimes as you get older, you can't
Going
withstand
under,
all
you
that
can't go under and
anesthesia
all
for that
right,
long and
exactly.
things like that.
Yeah.
But, you can be 21 and do the same things and still, crash on the table.
Right.
So my thing is to make sure that your body is fit to have surgery.
That's the first thing.
Right.
So I send you to your own physician here in the United States, get your blood work done, and also check your levels in my office. So
Mhm.
yeah, I do that in the office. And I actually sell fajas and
What's
waist
Faja?
trainers.
What's that?
Fajas is
Girls.
it is
I'm gonna have to come by
it's
this
for the
time.
it's for
Yeah.
Latino language for girdle.
Okay, so come on, you know.
Told you.
A true
Wait a minute.
Latina, it was taught what a faja is from
Early
day
on.
one.
Early on.
From day one.
Really?
Day
So
one.
Tell us about a faja. You
A
gotta tell us
faja.
this. Tell us, cousin.
well, Of course, I call it a faja because I got it from the Dominican, and the best fajas are made out of from Colombia or from the Dominican Republic. After you have your surgery, you usually would wear it 6 months to a year.
So it's a
It's a very
corset
compression.
height.
compression garment, and they come in all different types of ways. You can get them in boy shorts now. You can get them in little girdles. You can get a half top, crop tops with shoulders, without shoulder straps, with all of that.
So what is it supporting? If it's
It supports whatever you've had surgery done on.
okay.
So if you've had lipo, you want the lipo to compress and hold that shape.
Okay. Because I remember a girlfriend.
So it's-
now, I have some Jewish girlfriends, and one of my really good friends passed away years ago. But her girlfriend, we were all friends. One of them passed away, Gloria, and she left my friend Hildy $100,000 worth of surgery.
Oh, wow.
That's a damn good girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
saying.
Yeah, so
Girlfriend.
she had her nose done. She had all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
$100,000.
Do you know what you
That's
can do with
That's what I don't know, but
$100,000?
that's what her
For
best
me?
girlfriend left her. See, people, this is what we leave each other.
I don't
Okay.
need all that for surgery.
100,000.
I don't
after
need all that, but they're
No,
Yeah.
actually, I'm just saying, for $100,000, if you're gonna send me, all of us can go have surgery.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, and we can bring him too.
And look totally
See?
different.
She was.
And then not be able to make it through airport security because of
Because
facial
we're
recognition and body
right.
scanning.
Her
Getting stopped by customs.
Her surgeon was actually Carolyn Farb's boyfriend because she was going with the surgeon at the time. He was the surgeon in Houston that this particular girl, Gloria, left $100,000 on the table for my friend. And she wasted no time getting it done. I was like, that's a hell of a present. Dang.
If there's any friends out there,
I
I will
know.
not
Any
say
friends?
no.
I wouldn't be
I will be
offended.
very grateful.
I would never be
Saying,
offended.
So-
I will go back.
So-
if anyone is listening,
so-
I'll go back.
You go back one more time.
I'll go back.
So you can do 3 in one time. What would
Safely.
those 3
I would
areas be?
suggest for a first time person who's never had any surgery but wants to get something done, I would tell them lipo, of course, maybe a tummy tuck, and maybe
Okay, lipo and tummy tuck, is that not the same thing? I know it's
No.
not the same thing,
it's not the same.
but isn't that overlapping,
No,
if you will?
no,
Okay.
because lipo
sucks all the fat
it
out.
sucks all the fat out. But my thing is, most of the time, if you have your surgery here in the United States, The difference is when you have a tummy tuck, you just get just a tummy tuck. That's it, because that's what you're paying for. But when you go to the Dominican or Colombia or somewhere else, you get a package deal.
Okay.
So now you get the tummy tuck. You know those little side flanks that hang off the side?
Love handles or muffin tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muffin tops.
So they-
yeah.
Lonja for the rest of us that are out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dog ears, whatever you want to call that. That goes
Love
with that.
handles.
All
Yeah,
of that,
you
all
leave
of
there
that.
They're
all
not
that.
that loving.
Yes, you leave that there. And
Wow.
and also, you know, if you like have on like maybe like a sundress or something, you see those rolls in the
In
back.
the back, yeah.
Ladies,
No, no,
we wear bras. We all
we all.
Oh,
we
rolls
all
in the
have
back.
that issue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no.
Well,
I
some
don't
of
know,
us.
Speak for
Excuse me,
yourself
us
now.
three have that
Okay.
issue. Us three over here have that
Speak for
issue.
yourself. Okay.
Shout out to Dr. Mayon. No, we do not, because he takes care of that. That's part of the package deal, and he takes out that's for your
area
that
behind you.
lipo. Mhm.
Okay.
So you actually come out looking like you should.
Shaped in a totally different way.
Yes, you actually get a total shape in there. Because he is a man and he's actually very, very good. And he's actually very talented and he's very good with a scalpel, which also means no scars
A very
They were
yeah,
left.
a very low
Oh.
scar.
behind.
Okay, all the
That's
draining
not
and
so
stuff.
fine.
Like I said, I've actually taken care of a girlfriend 20 years ago, actually, who had the surgery done. And there was draining. I remember going to get, she stayed in the hotel for a minute after she'd had the surgery. And believe it or not, the Jewish Center paid for her surgery. I don't think we have anybody like that in Black community. The Jewish Community Center paid for her surgery.
But why? What
Out
was
of
the
that
reason
Jewish
behind
community,
it?
I don't know. It's a very close knit. They do a lot in their community, more so than we can. But they
Right, yeah,
they paid for that. They had her little, what was it, derma blend of makeup, because she had this very thick theatrical makeup after a facelift with all the bruises and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't have
Okay,
that,
but see, now we have things like a hyperchamber.
okay,
And so you go in, it's actually oxygen that actually kind of removes the bruising.
okay.
And it actually
So
helps
it's
you
updated,
heal. Yes, it helps you heal a lot faster. Plus, with that being said, you also will have you have a nurse that's with you when you wake up from surgery.
who?
You have a nurse.
I have a nurse, okay.
You have a nurse. You have a nurse there that's with you the whole time after your surgery, and you have several nurses waiting on your hand and foot.
So this is kind of like pseudo hotel
exciting.
as you, well, you know, normally when they have it, 'cause
It
this is
sounds
when my,
luxurious.
when my friend had it, it was connected
This
to
is
the
not
hotel.
it's not, and this is not a hotel. This is actually a recovery house. The one that I recommend right now is it's owned by Marisol in the Dominican Republic, and it's a home. It's actually a home, but it's called a recovery house. And
So you
Right,
do the,
but you have somebody there as opposed to find someone who can take some time off of work to help you out while you're at
well,
home.
no,
You know what I mean?
But see, that's my job. I make sure that there's a taxi
So you
driver
set
to pick
everything up?
Yes, I literally pack your bags before you go. Depending on where you live at, I literally come to your house and pack your bags for you and tell you, okay, this is what you're taking. This is what stays here. And by the way, this is the picture of the guy who will be picking you up from the airport.
Okay.
And this person actually taking you
this is a
now
concierge service, pretty much. You just take care of
for a
everything.
small fee.
First,
Okay, well, everything,
she'll
everything
make all
was
the
small.
arrangements.
Yeah,
Small fee.
I can see that.
For
Yeah.
a small fee, I will even get on the plane with you.
And hold your hand and stuff as you go.
Hold your hand and curse a little bit and
Because you're never gonna be in some pain.
hold your hand and actually do the pain pump for you and everything.
Oh, they have a little pump and all that.
Oh yes, the pain pump is wonderful.
Can you cope when you come back home?
Now that is the part is interesting because you have had all this pampering.
You had all this, yeah,
and you had all this.
and back to real life.
Yeah, but guess what? It's okay because by the time you get back, you are actually ready to be on your own.
And you start to feel yourself a little bit.
Oh,
too,
you're
right?
you're
enjoying your
yeah,
new
you
self.
start feeling
Oh
yourself.
yeah, you're definitely because that walked and turned into
Oh,
a
it turns
switch
into a whole new
and,
swag.
you're not even bucked over no more. You're kind of like standing upright. And
I
you're
know, right?
yes, and 9 times out of 10, you're now able to use your curling iron and
Do all the
you
things
know,
that.
and actually you can do that there. They actually have someone that actually comes to the house to do your massages, do your hair, do your feet.
Yeah,
do
this
your
is all about
nails,
beauty. This is about beauty.
tattooing.
Okay.
If you want to get your eyebrows done,
Yeah,
touch
and your
up shading
eyeliner and pencil
and
and
all
all
that.
that.
All that.
Now, let me ask you this. One of my other girlfriends, her brother, he passed away not recently, but anyway, he was a plastic surgeon to the stars out in Hollywood. And he graduated from school in Mexico as well.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. how well trained are physicians in Central America?
I cannot say that all
Because
of them.
yeah, I'm going to say because I know you've heard and read as we all have.
I can tell you this: there's no perfect surgeon.
I was married to one. Yes, there was. Anyway, go ahead. No, go ahead.
But he was the only one.
Absolutely.
Okay, he's the only
Absolutely.
one. He's the only
That was your
one.
cousin, right?
Yeah,
That was right.
exactly.
Yeah,
He was
that's
the
right.
only one, but see, he's not here
I
anymore.
know,
So,
right?
you know, I try to tell anyone, do your research,
Okay.
and always reach out to a consultant, because to actually, for me just to talk to you one-on-one is free.
Okay.
You know, to get you at least where you want to be. And I can tell you right off, no, do not go to him. No, the surgeon doesn't even
So
do his own.
from being in the business, you
I
know
know.
who's reputable and
I
who's
know.
not.
But you should do your surgery. It doesn't matter what country you're going to, what procedure you're going to do. You should research your physician anyway.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know,
I
and
have-
and there's that show Botched for
Oh,
a
yeah,
reason.
that's a
It's
lot,
not
yeah.
because what's
Well,
not
see,
going to happen to me. It happens a
right.
lot.
See, that's
I don't
what
know
I mean.
about. I'm not too sure about botched.
In what way?
Well, these are people who go like a motel room, and if you've seen
get-
what show is it? Get the
fat in
silicone-
their butt. I mean,
Yes,
come on.
that,
How dumb is
you know?
that?
Okay, but
You-
Wait, what?
Get fix the
Yeah.
fat put in their butt.
actually, Cardi B admitted to doing that. So-
See,
And she's Dominican now, and she could have had tight surgery being from the Dominican.
But no. She was in New York,
Oh, at the time?
and I think she did it at a hotel. I think is what she said.
see what I'm saying? It comes from shows, and it comes on TV and in movies from somewhere. People,
It's
it's not
real,
made up.
it's
It's
real.
because these are real life stories
Right.
that happens.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know.
it does happen.
So what does an average, what does having three procedures done, all of the amenities that come with that, hotel living or recovery room, having nurses, what does something like that cost? Is it something that the average woman can afford or no?
Yes, the average woman can afford it. If you can afford to pack a Louis Vuitton purse, you can afford to invest in yourself.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying, Louis Vuitton purse, you can get a couple $1,000s.
Exactly.
Okay, but
Exactly.
can you get 3 surgeries for that?
It depends on what time of the year you go.
Okay.
They run specials,
Okay.
just like anywhere else. I recommend anyone to go between October, November, December.
Okay.
You know, most people.
a Christmas present.
Look, end of
Yes,
the- end of the
because-
year special. and
Well, not only
stuff.
that, but just think about it. You're wrapped up anyway because it's kind of chilly.
Cold, so you got
So you're already wrapped up, and
Layers.
you're already most likely
so it
at
doesn't
home.
matter, right?
You know, so no one can actually see that you're wearing a faja or what type of faja you're wearing. And guess what?
I'm about to see this faja. I gotta go see that.
I've got quite a few at the house, so I'll be more than happy to show you.
Or you can actually go to my
Girdles.
website and you can
Well, I
look
saw
at it.
some in one of the pictures you sent me.
Yeah, you can-
okay.
So you can buy the faja without having the surgery, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You can
We
go
can
to the
see
flea
it.
market. We
Okay,
can go to
you got-
Trader's
hers
Village
might
over
be
here
a
for $2.90.
specific-
No, you will not.
And
yours is more
you get you
medical, right?
faja fantastico, but the quality
Faja,
that she's
okay.
talking about, you do pay for the quality.
Right.
Okay.
That
So that's
for
what
sure.
you're talking about.
That is what I'm saying. It's because I've had my faja over. I have about 8 of them, but I've had
You
them.
personally, just your
Just
yes,
my-
you
my personal
sell 8
collection.
in your shop.
Oh no, I sell hundreds in my shop,
Okay.
but I have 8 personal
Okay.
that I have had, and they look exactly the same way they did the day I purchased them.
Now I remember when my friends, actually I've had all my girlfriends are Jewish, so they always got stuff done. You know, and I never did. I mean, I've had
They
my,
believe in
my
investing in
friends.
their
My
beauty.
friends
I'm
put
like that.
in.
I was
they put
surprised.
in-
Invest
They
in
I
put
didn't
in
think of
cheek
Jewish
implants.
people like
my
that.
Jewish girlfriends. Oh, they got
Invest in
cheek
themselves,
implants. They
yeah.
got stuff.
They
I
do.
did not-
They'll do this.
Oh yeah, they'll do the
They'll
whole.
do this.
I think they do.
Yeah.
They do the whole
Yes.
thing.
wow, was
They're
not
dead
aware of
serious.
that.
Yeah. And all of them have had surgeries, and they always ask me, well, why didn't you?
And it's very inexpensive. It's
That's
very,
why
very
they do
inexpensive.
Why didn't I get some done? Because I was married to a surgeon. Why didn't you get some done? Because I don't. That's not who I am. I'm too afraid for that. Because you do have people, James Brown being one. Didn't his wife pass? Kanye West's mother. You know, these people.
Yes,
what happens?
but they did not go into depth of what all happened to
to
them
cause the death.
To cause, yes.
Right. But just the fact that somebody goes in for something minor
Well,
and doesn't come
it
back.
doesn't
But
come
doesn't
back.
that happen with tonsils
It
being
happens with
taken out?
anything. That's true.
There was a little boy or a
Teeth
little girl,
extractions.
and they go into the dentist, and
It's
simple thing,
a
and
rarity, but it
something
does happen.
It does happen. So we can't just say, you know, I'm scared of plastic surgery because of.
Yeah, well, that's
No,
true.
you need to be scared of going to any hospital.
Well, hell, we gotta be scared to drive. This is what
Yeah,
this is
that's true.
on the
I mean,
regular
so do
basis.
you guys
Especially when I was driving today.
Do you guys do rhinoplasty also?
Yes. We do everything.
I've always
I
wanted
mean,
this
I
shaved
know,
down.
I do
Tim,
too.
anything that you want done,
I like
anything you would
rhinoplasty.
think of doing can be
Mhm.
done. Anything. That we actually have one called, which I love. It is to increase your libido.
Okay.
I did read some of what you had on there, and ouch.
That
that was my
the
initial
vagina.
thing.
Is that the
Yes.
zero shot?
So when
that
I
O shot, that O shot. You know, I read
Oh wait,
that.
I saw that, but I
I
didn't
don't
know.
know, but I remember going ouch when the exact same words came out of my mouth when I saw it.
You're
Like,
dead
ouch.
asleep.
I'm
I know,
like,
but still.
You're asleep. You
I
don't
know,
even
but my
But I know,
girls-
but when I wake up, it's
No.
not gonna.
No, that's no.
okay.
Personal experience.
I don't
No.
really. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought about it. I took a picture of it actually.
No.
I'm not. This is the picture that
I do.
The
they
ocean.
covered it with roses. I don't have to
Covered
cover
with
picture.
ro- yeah,
This is her
it's
covering
covered
stuff
with
with
roses.
Yeah, but it's actually on my flyers, so you can actually see it,
Okay.
and it's not painful. You're actually asleep when the process is actually being done. It's like any other surgery. You have to be prepped for it. Make sure that you're healthy enough to go under anesthesia and things of that nature. Blood work, all that's still included. Chest X-rays,
All the basic
A
stuff.
full markup
full-
for any,
yeah.
like you would any surgery.
like for any
Yeah.
surgery.
But what about after?
Aftercare, when you come back, I recommend that you have at least 2 massages per week
Mhm.
to keep the blood circulation and make sure that you don't have any clots
Mhm.
or anything like that. And I also recommend that you have someone to come and look at you to make sure that your wounds or your incisions are healing correctly.
Right.
And I actually tell you what to put on them, how often to change them,
Mm-hmm.
and for a small fee,
But-
I will come and do that also.
Okay,
Pain
you said
factor.
they're not
Pain
butter.
factor is what I'd like to know about.
Pain factor? There is no pain.
It's not a whole lot of pain.
No.
But you know, I've seen
Oh, for
like
the O shot, there's no pain.
Oh, there ain't no, none.
That's my
None.
thing is okay. And then once I wake up, I'm fine with the maintenance, you know. And come on, ladies, if you got a man, he is not gonna have a problem helping
he'll
you
help.
heal
Oh, that's true.
in
Men will
aftercare.
help in this
okay.
regard.
Oh yeah, they'll do.
But
they'll
my
do that.
concern is the pain.
Men will
There is
help.
no pain.
See, I have a high tolerance for pain. I do. Not proud of that, but I can. Sister soldier, I guess that's.
I'm
the
not.
East
I'm a
Coast
big
thing.
baby.
I'm
a
not.
big
And I
I'm
baby.
guess for
soldier.
women, if you've had been through childbirth, then you
I
can
had
deal with
natural
pain,
childbirth.
ladies.
Right, so I've been that natural person. So it did kind of make me go ouch when you get that little shot near your clitoris.
See that?
Kinda do.
No pain.
Okay.
No pain. No pain, ladies. No
Okay,
pain.
no pain. Y'all hear that?
No pain. No
Okay,
pain
so
either,
give us
okay?
some quick information on how to get in touch with you, and we'll go back to your conversation.
Oh,
wait,
actually,
we gotta go to
we'll
break.
get
Okay.
all her
Okay.
contact information when we come back from this quick
And
break.
we will put this on our website, right?
Absolutely.
Sister, go like that.
I know.
And that's
You
you.
look a pretty good radio network. That conversation.
That's all.
Actually, the guy who did my
Who are you
This-
listening to?
he did this after seeing me. So
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are fajas.
Fajas, okay.
Yeah, because I've always.
But I'm
wanted to
serious.
get
If you go to the
something
flea
done. I
market,
didn't
you
know
see everywhere in
what I was gonna do with it,
fajas,
but
girdles,
I wanted
spanks.
to
Those
do
are
it.
it's
Oh,
just
you've
the
been
generic
posting
word
it
for
for
it.
years.
Just because
Oh, you can now, and this
I
Oh,
got
okay,
the
I thought it was
picture.
Well, I can put it up there.
Oh, yeah, I was just curious. No, that's okay, as long as you know.
that lipo
I need some
girl.
more.
Yeah,
That's lipo.
Yeah.
Simple lipo, and you'll be back to.
You
And
and
then-
then, cousin, I just gotta
Thank
tell you
you.
one more time.
Yeah. That was my radio guy.
So you have,
Go ahead.
Hey. I was in the
Cut it
side
out.
studio.
What?
300
seconds.
H.
just obvious.
As he goes even higher,
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's 300 H.
wheels are turning. Anyway,
Yeah.
like, do I want to take a trip?
Okay, am I thinking about this or what?
Come on, think about it. Come on, let's go, let's go. I
10
have,
seconds.
I have 2 ladies leaving, so y'all let me know. They're leaving
Oh,
Monday.
okay.
Oh, nice.
They're leaving Monday.
Welcome back. You're listening to the All About You show with OMG and Friends, where I'm here with my co-host and a special studio guest.
Silky smooth.
Daydream.
Bridget LaBlue.
Now, Bridget LeBlue used to actually be on the All About You show early on.
Yes,
You remember this?
absolutely,
Yeah, it was the three
absolutely.
of
She
us.
started with us.
She started with us.
with
Uh-huh.
Divas.
Absolutely, she
Yep.
did. So this is an old hand for us. This is just walking back to the fold again.
Yes, it is.
But cousin, tell us exactly flight arrangements. How expensive? Let's just say I want to get 3 things done: fly to the Dominican, stay at the recovery house, come back home. Am I looking at $5,000? Am I looking at about $5,000 for that whole process, or less, or more than that?
A little bit
A
more.
little more than that.
However,
And insurance covers any of this?
no, and they don't accept any credit cards.
So this is a cash deal.
Cash.
Okay.
Now you can do credit cards for certain things once you get there.
Once you get there.
But to get there, like to buy your plane ticket, of course you can charge that.
Right.
Only thing I do tell people, you pay for what you get. So if you decide to go with the cheapest airline there is,
Do not fly Spirit if you're coming back from surgery.
See, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
I said it. It's okay, I
did
said
not
it.
I did not say that, people. But BBD did not say that.
Okay, that we will not hold you accountable for that.
But for that, yes. But I think,
reflect the opinion of the entire station.
Not at all. This is
But
my.
I've heard what David
I have
says.
as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I've had encountered where a patient was supposed to be there at 2:30 in the evening, and she got there the next day at 4 a.m.
Oh.
So she actually missed her surgery time.
So are you able to reschedule quickly if something like that were to happen?
Well, actually, because I'm in touch with the surgeon,
doctors.
and I'm also in touch with the recovery house, and I'm also
So
in
you
touch
can
with the
help
taxi
rearrange something.
drivers, I am on it. I am constantly talking to my patients. I'm constantly calling them back and forth. Hey, this is where my patient is right now.
Okay.
This is where she is right now.
This is a lot of your time and involvement in this. That's good.
It's
because
personal.
that shows,
This is personal.
that's what I said. It's very
is
personal. It's
It's
exactly
not
right.
just business. This is personal.
Absolutely, I get that. That's about sister power, trying to get there.
I want you to, I want you to be safe.
Best you, yeah.
And not only that, I want you to refer me to the next person. And then I want you to say, hey, you know this girl called me every single day. I sure did.
Well, I can believe
Right.
that.
I
can
sure
believe
did.
that.
I
That
called you
means
every
when you
day.
got an accountability system in place, somebody's following up on you, making sure you're doing
Mhm.
the right thing. That can only be a good experience, and I'm sure you don't get that from some of these places where my friends have had surgeries. And stuff.
No, it's not just a walk-in thing. And the surgeon, the people back there are actually in the background of all of this, of what I'm talking about. They treat you like family. I mean, they come in with greeting you. I'm sure you know that from the Latino side, you're greeted with a hug and a kiss.
Yep.
Definitely.
Everybody.
You're greeted with a hug and a
Right,
kiss
everybody.
automatically. I don't care who you are. You're greeted with
And
a hug and a
that
kiss.
kind of makes you feel.
It makes you feel more
Yeah.
at ease right
Yeah.
off the bat. I
When
mean,
you first walk
because
in.
you're like, is this my surgeon or is this gonna be my boyfriend?
Yeah. Okay.
Whichever.
I know, right?
Surgery boyfriend.
And thank you everyone who's been tuning in. We really appreciate you. Please give us a call at the studio for those who have comments, 713-789-0096. You can also text us your questions if you want to stay anonymous, and that's fine. Give us a text at 833-OMG-AND-YOU. It's 833-664-2638.
We're talking about and talking to Bridget LeBleu from Body by Dominican, and in the event you guys are considering something, and I know you are.
Yes, you are.
Consider getting in touch with Bridget. We will have all this information on our website, and she'll give the information to contact her directly. So, but anyway, this is quite interesting. So, so you don't see very many men. I guess men are just okay who they are, where they are.
Don't believe that.
I think
I
some vain,
see a lot of
vain
men.
ones out there.
I have Snapchat. I follow Dr. Miami, and so he posts his surgeries and things on there, and he's really cool with his education and everything. So I like that part of it because he'll talk about, hey, you want to make sure this, you want to make sure that, blah 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 blah. So there's a lot, and you see some of the recoveries and the before and after, but some of these people, I mean,
It's a life-changing event.
it's crazy. He typically does a lot of like the total mommy makeovers,
Mm-hmm.
so that tummy tuck, breast, and Brazilian butt lifts. So I mean, they're complete
Snatch.
the before and
That's
after
it, the snatch
pictures.
is totally different.
Yes, completely different. It's crazy.
My question was, people who've lost a lot of weight.
They
Do
are
you run
key. They're key candidates.
Oh yeah, that would be ideal for this.
Yes.
Because you have that extra.
You have all those extra folds and extra skin that's lapping after lap band surgeries or maybe gastro bypass, whatever the case may be, or just natural weight loss.
Yes.
You have this extra skin. You will be surprised how much that extra skin weighs.
I know I wouldn't. I think I've seen on TV.
I think I did
Even
some
from over
pictures
years
from
ago.
before and after. That was actually just fat. That was just.
That is
Because
such a
fat's in
distorting.
layers.
So
It's
it's such a
just layers
distorting
that
thing. It
it's
distorts
It's
your
just
body.
sitting there.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like a
rock.
big-
See,
yeah.
I would think that a person who's gone through a dramatic weight loss or just any weight loss, okay, because all of our bodies are different, so some of our skin's going to bounce back more than others. But I think they're an ideal candidate because they're already making those changes.
Yes.
You're already trying to eat right and stay healthy and take better care of yourself. So you're not going to go and have this dramatic surgery, these dramatic procedures, and then come back and go right back to where you were because you didn't change anything. You're
That's
still
true. You have
carbo loading,
yeah.
you're still drinking or
Right.
doing, whatever it was, still sitting there. That type
We
of
got a
thing.
comment from Doc, from Papa Doc. He said he loves.
Papa Doc,
Papa
where
Doc
are
said
you?
he loves his chubbiness, and that's why they call me Big Papa.
Big Papa, that's him. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
and, Gloria
Well,
checked in. Thank you, Gloria, and Renee also. I believe Renee checked in also. Papa Doc said he likes his chubbiness.
Hey,
Yeah,
a lot of women love, heavy D.
absolutely.
That's right, Heavy D.
I have
There's
nothing wrong with a full man.
Not at all.
Nothing
Not at
wrong.
all.
We're not
More
talking
love.
about you,
That's
Papa
right,
Doc.
that's right.
If you love the chubbiness,
Yeah.
shout out to the brothers that love the chubbiness.
But after you've had that skin removed, does that because I'm surprised at how fat distorts things
yeah.
and disfigures
Right.
almost.
It does.
So when you have that extra skin removed, let's just say because not everybody stays on their grind. By that I mean you have people. I've seen people who have lap band surgeries and then a couple of years later they've put the weight back on.
And that's true.
What does that do to the skin? Do you have enough skin, I guess, to go around one more time to just
It stretches.
Yeah, I mean, that's different with pregnancy. I'm just
I go
saying.
around one more time.
It grows.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, my extra skin.
No, I
so
get
do
it
I have
because
extra
It
skin?
grows. It grows.
Okay,
So
it's a
the
bigger
skin
organ.
grows back.
Okay,
The
but
skin
And it's
grows
elastic.
back.
it's
Right.
it's the largest organ,
It
but
grows
I don't
back.
know that I want that to grow back.
Well,
I mean,
you
you have
cannot.
to put the weight on.
If you're putting the weight on it,
Yeah.
it's going to accommodate it.
Yeah,
It's not gonna,
That's
like,
the sad-
rupture.
But that's how you
the
get
sad part.
stretch marks. Ouch.
Right.
Right. Ouch.
Yeah. So that's why you really should actually put a lot of care into your skin, and I do recommend that, making sure your skin is moisturized constantly, not just for beauty. It's actually just good for your skin.
Give me recommendations. You have supplies as well, right?
I have everything.
I mean, I've seen bandages.
Because I
I've
use
seen.
body oils just regularly.
Yeah, I saw,
certain
y'all need to go
ones.
by there. I need to go by there myself.
Vitamin E oil is one of my biggest ones. I tell you, if you have an aloe vera plant, keep
Yeah,
it.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
I have so many. I really have so many that I would recommend to you. So just come by the office or
Tell us
go
where the
to
office is.
website. Oh, the office is right here. It's very close. 6610 Harwin Drive.
Okay, that's not very far.
Suite
We'll
230.
all be meeting there after the show.
Yeah,
is
we'll
over.
bottle champagne trying to get figured out who we're
Champagne,
gonna
trying to figure out who's going to do
do. Who's
what
gonna do something
when.
first?
Hey, you're more than welcome, and I do have champagne in the refrigerator.
See, I told you
ready.
she's my cousin. What can I tell you? That's
Yeah,
what we do.
yeah.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
of
you
course.
have a website address as bodybydominican.com.
Yes, and that's also my IG name also.
Okay, that's
so
Instagram.
So
Y'all
you go to my
gotta keep
Instagram. I'm
it.
an Instagram girl. So I love being able to post what's real.
Okay, now clients. What are some of the stories your clients are giving you? Are they back to themselves now? Not back to themselves, but back to the new self that they had just achieved? Do you get a lot of referrals, or do
I have
you
a
have to do a lot of
lot.
talking to get people into
No.
doing something like this?
No, because the proof is in the pudding.
Okay.
After you see someone that's had surgery, you
That's
don't
all
want,
the impetus you need right there.
and that's my walking advertisement myself.
Okay, absolutely. 'Cause, yeah. So now, I think did you try cool sculpting and all this stuff
I did.
beforehand?
I did years ago. I did.
Did any of that work?
No.
That wasn't.
Sorry. No, it did not. No.
And what's the other one?
It was my money, and it was a lot. It was
Silver Valley,
painful.
something like that.
Look, it was
Cool
painful.
sculpting.
It was painful. It was
Because you were
painful.
really cold.
It was really painful.
See,
And
and I'm
you was
surprised
awake.
because
The
that's
thing
what
was
they
awake.
advertise is,
Okay.
virtually painless. It's a lunchtime,
Virtually. Opposite word is virtually,
lunchtime
right.
procedure. So what?
Virtually.
See,
Painful.
they minimize all this stuff.
Yeah, it was painful, and I didn't see the results that I wanted. After I had my first surgery, and I've had two. My first surgery was actually in October of 2016, and then I had another one in 2018.
This is what cool sculpting, or this is with
No,
Dominican?
surgery.
This is in the Dominican.
Dominican, okay.
But I had tried cool sculpting maybe in 2010.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. and also try the
That's just a temporary fix. You're talking about a permanent.
I want permanent.
Yeah, well, you want to.
Not microwave stuff. I want my stuff hot, ready, and good to go all the time.
I know
So here
that's
we
right.
are.
Y'all heard that here. So give us all your information again before we leave. We gotta
Body
get
by
off the air here.
Dominican, 6610 Harwin, Suite 230. I would love to see you, and if not, catch me on Instagram. Body by Dominican on Instagram.
Okay. Well, we'll have all that information together. So, cousin, I appreciate you being here. I hope that you continue to look as fabulous as you are.
Thank
I mean,
you.
like you said, you're a walking advertisement. The last time we saw her, she wasn't this right here.
right,
This
so-
wasn't this girl.
Right.
That's her now. Okay, but on closing, we have to have our positive information before we leave out. I apologize for pointing. I'm sorry.
Yes, the Manners Maven says, build your brand. So you are taking the Manners Maven advice. You're the walking advertisement.
She is the brand.
She is the brand. So Manners Maven talks about that in the book Image. I Make a Great Employee, Executive, Entrepreneur, Professional, Etiquette Training Seminars. And once again, I highly recommend this read. There is nothing that you cannot use in this opus. Every time I flipped its pages, I'm thinking, man, I learned something new. But anyway, the Manners Maven talks about building your brand, but she talks about business cards, how they can help to establish you, and they're easily identifiable. Most people won't understand a business card, even something like a brochure that you have here. Again, helps to establish your brand. Create a logo, a design that's truly your own. Choose your colors, choose your slogan, just like we talk about the things you think about and some things you don't. You know, that sort of thing. That's a way of building our brand. That's when we talk about our show. That's how we discuss it. So straight from the Manners Maven to build and establish your brand.
And on that tip, I guess we'd have to thank my cousin for coming in, Bridget LeBleur from the Body by Dominican. Give her a call. Go by the office. We'll have that information on our website. But I need to let you do all this because this is what you do.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we will have it on our website at www.allaboutyoushow.info. That's all about you, the letter U.info. On our Twitter page, All About You, and also on our Facebook page, OMG and Friends. Please follow along. Just because the show ends does not mean that the conversation ends. So please get in contact with us. We'll put you in contact with Bridget. Absolutely.
Okay, today's show was brought to you by Image. I Make a Great Employee, Executive, Etiquette Training Seminars, where life skills meet social graces. Please visit www.yourbizimage.com. That's www.yourbizimage.com.
Until next time, guys, we will see you on the radio next week. I think we need to talk about something, basically, is sexier when you're not in love. A lot of people have, I know, right?
I think I'll be back for
You
that
should
one.
come back.
Absolutely.
You know how she-
The engineer
Yeah.
has a look in his eye. I just want you to know that. He said he had a certain sort of smile on his face.
It
Okay.
is
Good question.
sexier without love. Yeah, write it down.
Definitely a lot of fun.
What did I say? Thank you guys for listening.
All right. Okay, ladies.